Breaking news, Rochester police investigating 3 people shot overnight. One of the victims pronounced dead on the scene. This happening in the area of North Clinton Avenue and Robber Street. Erica Cost joins us live from the scene this morning with what we're learning so far. Erica, good morning.
Good morning, and this happened around 12:40 a.m. and since then police have narrowed down the scene to just Robber Street, blocked off right now. There are family, loved ones, and friends gathered around at this time. Again, 2 people in the hospital, both in their 20s, and a 19-year-old is dead. One of the victims who survived is suffering life-threatening conditions at this time. We're told police say officers were nearby this area of North Clinton and Robber when they heard gunshots fired. They were able to make it there before a bunch of 911 calls came in from residents in the area. They say arriving on scene was, quote, chaotic. Lots of people were there, and police say it's something that makes any investigation a lot more challenging.
Couldn't even tell you how many people were down here trying to make things difficult for us. We're here to try to help and secure the scene. You know, it's understandable that family, friends, you know, they're concerned for loved ones. We understand that, but we're here to try to secure the scene and give this investigation the best chance possible.
Now, this marks homicide number 40 for 2022. Police are urging the community to work with them moving forward to reduce the amount of violence that's been going on. They say anyone with any information should contact them if they suspect anything might happen, to please contact 911. No suspects are in custody for this case at this time. Allie?
All right, Erica, thank you so much for your reporting this morning. We'll be following this story as it develops. Be sure to check back in on air and online at rochesterfirst.com. Another big news this morning happening in that same area of North Clinton Ave and Robber Street around 10 last night. Police responding to reports of shots fired. They say a large group began to disperse after those shots, and there was evidence of bullets striking a house in the 700 block of North Clinton Ave. Inside that residence were 5 people, all over the age of 16. Nobody was injured as a result. This incident still being investigated. Anyone with info is asked to call 911. Happening overnight as well, a fire on Weill Street. Fire officials say a vehicle was on fire next to the house. The flames spread to the exterior of that building into the 2nd floor. It took about 20 minutes for firefighters to get that fire under control. Nobody was inside or injured as a result. As the fire was extinguished, police took over and began investigations. They say they're trying to see if there are any connections to recent violence in that area. Well, happening today, James Hunter being sentenced after being found guilty of all charges for shooting police officer Brian Sheridan in 2020. Prosecutors say Hunter shot Sheridan twice, once in the head and a second time in the waist, but he did survive. Charges include attempted aggravated murder, burglary, criminal possession of a weapon, and criminal possession of stolen property. Well, police are investigating several leads after a 24-year-old Rochester man was shot in the area of Electric and Dewey Avenues Tuesday afternoon. The victim remains in the hospital but is expected to live. Police at the scene were looking into whether he was the intended target of that shooting. An update now to the incident last week where a Monroe ambulance employee, Lakeisha Smith, was detained by a member of the Rochester Police Department at Strong Memorial Hospital. You can see that here in this video. We've since learned from her attorney that Smith intends to sue the city of Rochester and the Rochester Police investigator. Smith has also filed a complaint with the Police Accountability Board. Carrie Hine from Greece has been missing for 10 days now. In these images, she is the mother. Her family spoke to News 8 and says she was at a party with them days before she disappeared, so her disappearance does come as a surprise. Police now asking for those with security cameras to help locate the time Hine left her house and for signs of her car. That's a blue 2017 Toyota Corolla with the New York license plate JKK1273. Let's go ahead, check in with James Gilbert for a look at the morning forecast. We've been talking about it all morning, James. It is hot, it is humid out there, yet do you think people would enjoy a bike ride?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Certainly. What's nice about a bike ride is if you're going 10 miles per hour, that means you have a 10-mile-an-hour breeze in your face, right? So it feels a little bit cooler, certainly if you're riding around on your bike this morning. 75 degrees, that's where we are starting. Partly cloudy skies. Now, the afternoon bike ride, you're going to be sweating. Numbers all the way up into the 90s later. Certainly going to be warm if you are thinking about going camping next couple of days. We get a little bit of relief Thursday, mid-80s, but climbing right back up there as we get into Friday and Saturday. Last look at the rest of the 8-day forecast at the end of the show. Allie?
All right, James, thank you. There is some slowdown on the roads on 390 near Rush, Scottsville Road, and West Henrietta Road. Not sure if that's an accident or not. We do have an accident on Clay Ave between Dewey Ave and Rains Park in Rochester, so just be aware of those two as you head out the door. Let's turn now to the latest on COVID-19. The CDC now recommending Novavax's COVID-19 vaccine to be used as another primary series option for adults 18 years and older. It is the nation's first ever protein vaccine against COVID. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says in part, quote, "We have expanded the options available to adults in the U.S. by recommending another safe and effective COVID-19 vaccine. If you have been waiting for a COVID vaccine built on a different technology than those previously available, now is the time to join the millions of Americans who have been vaccinated," end quote. Back home, Governor Kathy Hochul has extended her emergency pandemic powers. The executive order was stamped last Thursday and will extend New York State's disaster emergency through August 22nd. This allows the governor to dictate the state's COVID-19 response without legislative approval. The CDC's COVID tracker shows 9 downstate counties have high COVID transmission levels, while the majority of the state has low to medium levels. Turning to national news now, it only took 15 seconds for a gunman at a mall in Indiana to kill 3 people and injure 2 others. Now investigators are trying to find a motive. All 3 victims were identified as Latino, raising the question if this was a targeted attack. The suspected gunman is deceased after being shot and killed by an armed bystander at that mall who was legally carrying a gun. Officials say the shooter's cell phone was found in a bathroom toilet and a damaged laptop found in a hot oven at his apartment. Abortion rights advocates and Democratic lawmakers continue to protest the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Members of the House of Representatives voted on a bill to protect same-sex and interracial marriage out of concern other rights could be at stake. It's called the Respect for Marriage Act. The legislation passed with bipartisan support, 47 Republicans joining Democrats. And we're just going to switch gears now, head to James Gilbert for a look at our final forecast check for the morning, James.
Happy National Hot Dog Day.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
You are not a fan.
No. Many others are, though, so we can still celebrate.
I'll have yours. How about that?
There you go. Great idea.
Hot, humid, 93. If we get to 93, that's going to tie the hottest day so far this year. I think we definitely get there. Stay cool out there. A little bit of a relief as we get into tomorrow.
All right, James, thank you. And thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise. Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next.